Hi and welcome back to my channel. How are you doing? I hope you're doing really well. I'm so excited to make this video today because there's times where we want to laugh and have a nice time, and this is one of those videos. So I should put a disclaimer. Whatever I say in this video is my opinion only. As I reflect on interesting things that have happened to me on my relocation journey, I started thinking about some questions that people have asked me where I thought, oh my goodness, what are they thinking? Or I thought, what response do they want to hear? And it's been really interesting. As you know, I've lived in Germany. I now live here in the US, and I've gotten some questions that are similar, not the same, and some very interesting ones that I did not expect. First of all, to the structure of this video, there are going to be two parts. The first part, which is the one you're watching right now, will cover the questions that you should not ask an immigrant, and the second part will cover questions that you can ask an immigrant. I thought that I should make some suggestions of questions to ask because I want to be productive. It's not about what you shouldn't do, but it's what you could do also. I was thinking of these questions. I was thinking about what would I have wanted people to think about before they asked me this question, or what are some guardrails that I think we should all think about when we think about asking people questions. And I think the first one is about intent. Why are you asking these questions? What do you want to know? Are you trying to find something new out? Being clear on your intent is very key, and then think about the questions that you're going to ask. The thing is, what kind of feeling do you want the person to have while you ask them the question? You want them to feel like you're interrogating them? Do you want them to feel like you're asking from a place of curiosity, honest curiosity? How do you want them to feel? At the end of the day, you want them to have a very good feeling about the questions that you're asking them, and you want them to feel good about themselves and about you when you leave them. So please think about that when you ask people questions. And I think I covered this in this video a lot, is what type of questions you're asking. I think there's a way to frame your questions that will get you great answers. So think about how you're asking the questions and how you're framing the questions. The first question is, where are you really from? This question might seem innocent, but in a global world, you don't want to be asking people where are you really from. No, don't do it. I'm not asking you where you're from. Or maybe I did. It is okay to ask people about their origin, but where are you really from is not the right question to ask. So that's the tip here. Ding ding. The second question is, when are you going back home? Where is home? Are you defining home for me? When you ask someone that question, you're making the assumption that where they currently are is not home for them, and you never ever want anyone to feel that they are not at home. This happened to me a lot in Germany. A lot of people will ask me, so where are you from? And then the next question will be, when are you going back home? Very interestingly, I was not ready to go back home yet, so I was like, I don't know when I'm going back home, and it's really not a pleasant question to ask. The third question is, oh, what's that accent I hear? And this happens to me a lot in the US. Let's establish the fact that we all have accents. You're speaking with an accent as well. Do I walk up to you and ask you, oh, what's that accent I hear? As in everything, there's a better question you can ask if you're trying to wonder what type of special accent I have. The third question, and it's a theme that you ask, by asking somebody, oh, do you know this American poem, or do you know this American childhood story? When you ask that question, you're making an assumption that everybody should know this, and you're also making a second assumption that if you don't know it, then there's something wrong with you. So be very thoughtful about how you ask people questions about things that you think they should know. I want to ask some more probing questions before you make the assumption that they would know this poem or this story or whatever it is. This one is more about having more information before you ask a question like that. The next question that you should not ask an immigrant is a question that will be framed like this. Do you speak Nigerian? Many of us come from countries where multiple languages are spoken. I understand that if you grew up in Germany or the US, you might not be familiar with the fact that some countries speak multiple languages, one language. But please be aware that many people speak multiple languages, and I really want to say Nigerian is not a language. The seventh question that you should not ask an immigrant is, do you eat X in whatever country you're from? So for example, don't ask me, do you eat corn dogs in Nigeria? First of all, I know a lot of you that are watching the video are like, what's corn dogs? Exactly! Exactly! There are many different ways for you to ask people about the types of foods that are local to the countries they come from. And please don't make any assumptions. The eighth question that you should not ask an immigrant is, do you know so and so person? This typically starts with, oh, I'm Nigerian. And then they ask, oh, I have this Nigerian friend. Do you know them? I promise you, I don't know all Nigerians around here. No matter how small this town is, I don't know every Nigerian. I have hardly ever answered yes to that question. I also don't go around asking you if you know every American in this city. So please don't ask me if I know every Nigerian in the city. Thank you. The intent could be to see if you have common contacts and all. It's all about how you frame the questions. The ninth question that you should never ask an immigrant, especially one that you just met, is about a negative experience or negative thing happening in their country. I can tell you how many times people walk up to me and tell me about something that they read in the news about Nigeria, and I really don't like it. It might be something that I don't enjoy talking about. So let's try and keep it positive. Ask me about the positive things that you're reading in the news. Thank you. And the 10th thing, this one is really recent, so I think that's why it's number 10 for me. It is, oh, are you looking forward to this holiday? When you ask about a particular holiday, you're making an assumption that the person actually celebrates that holiday. So I will recommend that you don't make an assumption that the person celebrates that holiday, but instead you ask them questions around the types of holidays that they celebrate. So this one is about framing your question differently to find out the same information. If you've ever asked any of these questions to an immigrant near you, please go and apologize. No, I'm joking. No need to apologize. If they're like me, they laugh over it and they make a video about it. To all my immigrant friends out there, what other questions do people ask you that you do not like answering? Please definitely add them in the comment section below. I'm looking forward to seeing the questions that you come up with. Thanks so much for watching this video. Don't forget to watch part 2 because I will continue my conversation with 10 questions that you can ask an immigrant. Watching this video. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please don't forget to like this video, subscribe to my channel, and add your comments and thoughts in the comment section below. Have an amazing day. Take care. Bye.